Welcome back to tonight's sad reality, where I realized that I suck at recording, and you probably see that I killed myself due to oh, I can't say that in the first seconds of YouTube. Well, anyways, so there is monetization if this channel ever gets monetized. But, I, for whatever reason, have no idea how to hit the record button, because, I started recording earlier, and my, intro, everything died, and that's how this game is. But, tonight, I think I've got a really funny story to tell, and I picked a game that I absolutely, like, really despise, honestly, is probably the best way I can say this. I think that the title fit perfectly for this. But, life is scary, and this game is scary, and the community for this game scares me. That is a story for another night, though. In this game, you can die at any time, especially seeing a swamp next to spawn. That's a little crazy. And, welcome to DST, where you sit here and hold spacebar, grab resources, punch a butterfly every now and then, steal some souls. As the most broken character in the entire game, find the eye bone almost immediately. It's kind of crazy. Wow, mini swamp. That's so amazing. But yeah, so life's kind of scary. You know, like, a frog can kill you, a hound can kill you. But today, so, good old story. What is half of, like, Jimbo? I don't keep up with this game any. Like, as soon as this game got a character tree and stuff, I was like, no. It's the Balatro crossover. Choose your Joker. It's literally Balatro in. Okay, I'm not screwing with that. I already did that in another video. I already played Balatro. I can't do that again. Evil flower, evil tree. Fun times. So it worked today. Distractions, distractions, distractions. ADHD kid. And there's another thing on screen. Who could you possibly be? Teetering, drunk pile. Okay. I put 18 mods on, by the way, so that's probably why I'm seeing all these, like, icons on the screen. But, anyways, so talking about work. So, today was a visit from, like, corporate, right? Which I know a lot of people are kind of scary. The other thing, too, with corporate is everyone kind of, like, sucks up to them. Which I definitely understand that, right? If your pay, your job, your income, your, like, life stability, everything is dependent on... Is this a set piece or something, or is this just... This is actually sick if this is all gears, if I can... Please give me a bunch of gears. Just kind of hoping for gears, maybe? Gears being kind of rare. Wobot. Oh, whoa. Sorry, yeah, people kind of tend to suck up to corporate, right? And I don't think that's a bad thing for the sake of, like, getting through life, but at the other time I'm just like... It's a little extra. I feel like we might as well just be as real as we can. You know, and I feel like for what it's worth, they did the best they could to be as real with us as they could, you know? It's really hard to be in a, like, a work relationship with people and also, like, try to be their friends or not be their friends or just have stuff exist. Also, it's such a boring map right now. I guess we got a cave over there. And also the new crafting system in this game. I remember I like the old crafting system better. I'm one of those people. And there is no flint in this whole world. I know there's always some that spawns by the portal, but I don't want to hear about it. Set pieces, warrior spider. Big head's kind of funny. This is actually a really good set piece too. That's just like a ton of free grass just kind of sitting there. Unless it's summertime, then it all burns to a crisp. But like one of the examples of that is corporate like walks in the door. And people with the radar are like, oh, go greet them, you know, like, you gotta be really careful, you gotta be smart about it, you know? And I'm like, okay, hey, hello, how you doing? Never met you before, I've been working here less than a year, almost a year as of now, actually. And, they're like, hi, you, I guess. I think, like, one of them looked at me, that was about the most recognition I got, until later in this story. And, I better find some flint soon, or I'm a little, well, we're gonna starve by myself of light. And die that way. That'll be fun. Maybe I literally just soul hop all the way back to the portal at this moment. Oh, we're doing a portal. I don't have a forward postern, because this is survival mode. I'm not thinking straight. I'm not thinking clearly. Does this have a forward postern? M for map. I forgot you could do that as well. There's no flint. I was lied to. I thought it was a thing where flint was spawned near the entrance, if there wasn't any in like a certain radius. Maybe it's because there's some in a certain radius. They need that for like basic tools and all that, but maybe I'm also thinking of something else. There's a good chance I'm just crazy, and I feel like, you know, everything in life kind of points to that. And when you get old, you just accept that and say kind of whatever is on your mind. And that's why you look at old people thinking they're crazy. We're all just a little crazy. It's just, it takes us some time to really appreciate that in life, you know? The corporate comes walking in, that's all cool and stuff. And I thought that I was going to be doing stuff with them today, because my boss was like, hey, they're like coming in today, I kind of want to show you off. And I'm like, okay, cool. And actually turns out they did stuff with everyone except me. I was literally just there running the front end, like everything was normal. And everyone else got training, got to meet them, and all that. They had this whole powwow. I was dealing with, I think I helped maybe 8 customers in the time they're doing their powwow. In fact, it was the 13th store in the state that they'd been doing. It was like the district people or whatever for the whole state. So I don't know if it was like just district manager, regional manager, or whatever. They all came in, saying kumbaya. And I was kind of impressed with the work ethic, because they did all that in 3 days, 13 stores in 3 days, which that sounds like a YouTube video in itself. But like, to me, I'm like, wow, that's pretty impressive. I wish I had the work ethic. Also, I forgot I had this. We're just gonna turn on auto. Oh, hold on. Is it like this? Is it this? I'm soul topping. I don't remember how to use my... There's like action key or whatever. That's what I'm trying to remember. But yeah, so they're having their powwow, I'm helping out customers and stuff, and they did training with like everyone in the store. I think this lasted at least an hour or two. So it was like pretty thorough stuff. They're just going around talking with people, being like, hey, is your boss good? Is he right in the head and all that? I always assume. I don't really know like any of the interactions that happened, but if I were them, it would basically just be in like, hey, the people that I'm directly... What is that? What are you? Oh, they added outers to this game. I forgot about that. So, just make sure everything's going well with the stuff that they're supposed to manage, oversee, all that jazz, that good stuff. And, I guess that's what it's like to be a manager. I'm making a very big assumption here. Because I don't have really that much experience outside maybe managing a small team for YouTube. But I always want to make sure the people that I'm working with are doing the right thing, so... That's cool. Where the story eventually goes, though, is, a customer I was helping out while they were having their big old powwow after the little training finished. He's like, hey, you've helped, like... Oh, the darkness is still here. What am I doing? I thought the darkness stopped for some reason. I don't know why. Again, just like vaguely, mildly, slightly crazy in the head. Yeah, I wasn't over for a good little bit. I can't remember the game if it's like 12 minutes, 8 minutes, how long it lasts for day-night. But it is what I would consider to be a long time. You are going in here. You're going in here. I'm going to make an axe. This is peak gameplay, by the way, running around and talking about random stuff. I haven't got to the climax yet. It's like I'm stalling. It's like I'm trying to hit an 8-minute threshold for ad revenue on a channel that has 2 subscribers. Which that's literally not an exaggeration either. I've made, I think, about 50 videos at this point on the channel. About 2 months of making 1 video every single night, and we're at 2. So, which I feel like most people would have given up at that point. I just don't care. I'm doing this as an experiment. I gotta stick it through to the end. I told myself I'm gonna do this for a year straight, which a year seems like a lot of time for someone who's 21. That's like, what, 5% of my life at this point? Give or take a little fraction of a percent. But, yeah, so I'm sticking it through with that in whatever schedule I have or pretend to have. What are y'all doing? Well, do not eat the pig meat. I would like your pig meat, please. Thank you. No, I'm dropping these here. The character I'm playing as, Wartox, gets about half the value out of most foods in the game, so you gotta be a little careful. He's also considered a monster, which means all the pigs hate him. So let's be wise. Also, I learned nothing bad happens off screen, so they'll still be there if I take them like far enough off screen. Oh, but I have a hammer. Can I get rid of the pig heads? Do I kill him? I remember how to kite still. Oh my, well, kind of. Come on. Being on the road makes it a little easier. Dang it, that's hard. Now you can also eat the souls and drop the souls for HP as well, so I don't know why I really care that much. Me, when I pick a character for their gimmick and then literally just ignore the entire gimmick. It's like an RPG with potions, and you're just like, man, I'm gonna get these potions so powerful, and then you never use them, because there's always going to be a later, better time to use them. Smash a like if you get that, I guess. Back to the story, a customer comes up, he's buying a surfboard and like 2 other random things. And I'm like, okay, hope you're doing alright today, whatever, hope everything's going alright. And he's like, hey, yeah, you glad to get out of training over there? And I'm like, honestly, it's not training, but he's like, okay, so what is it? And I'm like, oh, actually, it's corporate over there. And he's like, really? That's kind of crazy. So here's the transaction. And he's like, I'm surprised I've already found the Nactusk huts or whatever. Walrus camps. But here's the transaction. He's like, you want me to go over there and make a scene? And I'm thinking, this could go one of 2 ways. Either really, really, really bad, or I don't know. Like, who just says that to someone who's like just a random cashier? I was expecting the absolute worst, and I didn't know what he said after that too, because I was helping the next customer in line after that. But he went around where, like, the employees typically do that, interrupted their whole powwow, and just said some stuff, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I hear applause from behind me while I'm helping out everyone else, and I'm like, okay, hopefully it's a good thing. I think it was a good thing. And honestly, I'm not really expecting anything bad. I feel like a lot of people would be like, my heart was pumping out of my chest at that point. And I'm like, I'm a dude. I don't care about a lot, if that makes sense. Like, for perspective, I do a lot for the store that I work at, but at the exact same time, if I were to lose my job, I don't think I would really be too upset either, because I know what I like doing in life, and that's not waiting on customers hand and foot. I like talking with people, sometimes philosophical stuff, and just making videos, and sitting here and doing this, even though I do it super late at night, and doesn't always go well. But now that their filler anime is over in this whole arc, I'm gonna get to the end of it. So, the story ends, finally, with, finished helping the next customer. It's like an older lady. And I walk over there and I'm like, hey, what did he say? And my coworkers are like, dude, keep up the good work. Don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it. And, yeah, so it turns out he said that, this guy has helped, like, he's basically served me every single time I've been here. Like, this employee is great, you know, all this stuff. And I'm like, wow, random guy. But according to him, I wasn't random, because he said he remembered me, like he's been here a few times. But I don't remember his face or name, and he was buying a surfboard, and it just felt kind of random to me, so I was like, that's very odd. You know, that someone that, like, I don't really remember does that, and it's like, I don't know if I specifically had, like, a good impact on him or whatever. So, you know, me being religious, I'm like, something quirky happening here, perhaps, you know, a sprinkle of, you know, Fairly Odd Parent dust, whatever. But, yeah, so I was pretty thrilled with that. And, before all this, my boss had basically been gassing me up because, I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I've kind of briefly talked about it, and it's really hard to stay humble, but, yeah, I'm just gonna go and say it. I have the most credit card sales pretty consistently throughout the year. In fact, I've sold over 400 credit cards within the store. And it hasn't even been a full year here yet, which means I do more than one a day. And some people will be lucky to get 1 or 2 in their entire, like, career, basically. And that's just because, like, I understand I know what it's like to sell something to someone, especially something that they don't need, and then try to find ways to make it seem appealing, you know? Trying a little extra, putting in a extra oomph to whatever we're doing. Because it feels like in today's kind of environment, people just don't really do that, you know? And I want to, if I'm asked to do something, I will do it to the best of my ability. I don't want to hustle, haggle people, but you know how it is. But anyways, so back to that, the whole story. My boss had kind of been mentioning this, like, ever so slightly. He kind of mentioned it was like, oh yeah, front end's doing well, credit card sales are up, all that. Then after the guy went over there, district manager was like, I've never ever had a customer come up while we were doing one of these and put in a good word about someone, and then he basically gave me $10 in our store's currency, and he like put his name on it. He was like, "Keep on crushing it." I was like, you know what, that kind of made my day. I appreciate it, and whatever. It was weird. It didn't feel like something that was going to happen. It felt kind of surreal, kind of like that other video name. I'm lighting this tree on fire because that is easy, and I like farming tumbleweeds. Foliage. I'm eating foliage. Foliage. Oh, dragonflies down there. That's cool. Actually, maybe I'll cook some food tonight. Maybe we will. Go ahead and get this. Ooh, down there. There's a hound. I'm so happy there's a hound down there. Okay, I'm gonna screw off now. Me when I literally don't have any good ideas whatsoever, and just kind of, yep, the hound ends. I think the universe doesn't want me to tell this story or finish it because everything is going on. Focusing? What focusing? Kill Chester, I dare you. He has more regeneration than you'll ever have. But yeah, so he'd kind of been, boss had been putting in a good word for that, and I was pretty happy with it. And our district manager was like, yeah, so some of the other corporate people have not met me and probably won't ever. But he was like, go have one conversation with this guy and you'll probably learn something. And I was like, honestly, I thank you for the compliment. I don't really deserve it. I feel like this world is so full of blindness, and I feel like I'm just one of those people in it. It takes humility to also understand that there's something different about you. But like not overplaying it, not downplaying it either, because everyone's got a part to play. But knowing the amount that's served to you. I think I talked in the other video that you really can't do everything by yourself. Everyone's got a skill set. Not everyone builds up that skill set, but everyone's got a skill set, so why do anything alone? And I'm sure I've gotten a lot of attention for all the good stuff, but I feel like there's also plenty of people that should also get a lot of credit there, you know? But yeah, so it was a bit of a crazy day with that. I didn't think I was going to get that much recognition of a customer do that out of the blue. Basically, everyone was like, what just happened? In fact, one of my coworkers came up to me and he was like, dude, how much do you pay this guy? And I'm like, that was a normal transaction, so he paid us like 80 bucks or whatever. I don't know. Again, surfboard and like 2 other things. I don't know if they're like chairs or whatever. Small chairs. Something beach related, I think. And maybe my memory is twisting all this because it just doesn't even seem like it was something that would happen. So, yeah, that was today's story. I was kind of worried that it was going to be something bad. It wasn't. Life sometimes seems on the edge, and that's why I say it's scary, you know? I mean, you don't expect stuff like that to happen. You don't know where it's going to go. And I think oftentimes it's sort of the fear of the unknown that really eats people up, you know? It's like, this could happen, so let's be afraid of it, rather than just kind of embracing the future, the way forward, and whatever else. Which I say, I guess, onwards to later and greater things, hopefully. Life will always continue in a better way for everyone. Also, I want to show something off real quick if I can do this, because it's been forever. If you spam click these, you can mine them faster. I don't know if this still works. Oh, they changed the sound effect for the pickup here, too. Yeah, I think that's about it for tonight's Sad Reality, though. I'm gonna go actually play either Dungeon Defenders or Pressure with a friend. So I told him I was gonna do that, but I was gonna record this video first. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that story was worth something. Maybe someone else has a similar experience. Maybe not. I'm guessing not. But also the otter. Oh. So have a fantastic rest of your night. Thank you so much. And I will see you in tomorrow's not so sad reality, because tonight was actually pretty good. So have a good one, y'all.